Hi, guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about resurrecting the real you. Okay. So today's message is about releasing the old, wounded identity, right? And stepping into a fully divine embodiment of the new version of who you desire to be and who you've always been. Again, we're just remembering, right? So, a lot of times when I work with people, they grieve who they used to be, right? It's hard for the change. They don't want to release the people and the places and the things that they were connected to as this older version as of themselves. But I want you to know that your higher being, your higher self, the God in you, is calling you to resurrect who you really, truly, genuinely are. All right. So, death of the old self isn't necessarily punishment. It's not punishment. It's actually a portal to the new self, right? So, death of the false self, the old version of you is not a punishment. It's actually a portal, it's an opportunity for you to move forward. All right. So, what old identity do you need to bury? Are there any old versions of self that it is time to release? And what divine version are you ready to breathe life into? I always talk to you guys about having goals and having these targets to work towards. What is that new divine version of self that you are willing to step into, right? Because as we know, you've been trying to heal that older version of yourself. You've been trying to put in the work. You've been trying to, you know, heal that old self. But maybe the extra work and the extra effort that you are trying to put into healing that old self, those old connections, etc., maybe it's just time to bury that old version of you, right? A lot of times people spend so much time in their past trying to figure out what didn't work out, the coulda shoulda wouldas, and they're so focused on the pain that they have to overcome from the past. But I'm here to encourage you and remind you and let you know that it's not really necessary to think about all the pain from the past, right? It's not. Okay. Um, if we want to move forward, then our duty, our job would be to decide right now that we are safe. Uh, um, Decide right now that we want something different and nurture this being right here, right now. We don't have to go back to the past to heal that specific identity or trauma that happened back then. As we move forward with walking into this, coming into alignment with the newer version of ourselves, the necessary healing that we need will show. It will show up for us. Those opportunities to do that healing will show up for us. Okay. Because again, you were never meant to stay stuck in healing mode. There's a lot of people that are just so addicted to healing, doing the work. I can't do this until I do this. I've got to do, and it's like, no, you've got to get out of this stuck loop of needing to heal, needing to wait until this is done, and until that has to that's out the window. Resurrection requires rebirth, right? Rebirth. Okay, so you were not meant to be stuck in the healing mode. You were meant to resurrect into something new. That's what we should be putting our focus on. Ascension. I call my three ascension keys: mind mastery, healing, and manifestation. But in order for you to ascend, this means your limitations must die. Okay, you're not just here surviving and suffering. Like, no, that's not what you're here doing, right? You must get rid of your limitations, right? You must get rid of the old version that couldn't rise, that was supposed to, but could not rise. This is your opportunity as you are stepping into this new identity, as you are having this resurrection, okay? This is your energetic comeback. This is your opportunity to really catapult yourself into the vibration, into alignment with that which you desire. Okay. So, uh, again, going back to the past is only beneficial for you to bring forward the lessons you have learned. Okay. Not for you to go and be mentally consumed with your past. Right. Okay. Um, and this is part of our natural process of evolving. you know um Part of evolving is understanding where you are or were and where you want to go, and noticing that time in between your transition. Now the time thing is determined by you. Only you can determine how long it takes for you to shift your vibration and maintain that vibration, right? So that you can be in alignment with the things that you desire. But that in between time that it takes, however long that is necessary too. It is part of the evolving process as well. Because every resurrection requires a period of stillness. Yes. Just like when we plant our seeds, we need that time of stillness. Now, just because it's stillness for us does not mean it's stillness for the seed. The seed is doing what it needs to do under that dirt. We just can't see it. So, in your moments of stillness, understand that things are being moved around, stuff is still being handled. But the stillness is for you, okay, is just as necessary for you as the movement is. Resurrection requires surrendering, okay? Surrender to the divine, to the universe, to your higher self. Surrender. Because this earthly you is only capable of handling so much. But when you surrender, when you hand things over to the divine, the universe, to take care of your desires, you'll be a lot less stressed. You'd be a lot less anxious. You'd be a lot less depressed. Why? Because you have the divine taking care of the things that need to be done. You are surrendering so that you can allow for things better than you ever could imagine to take place. When you surrender, there is a level of trust that is given to the divine, to the universe. There's a level of trust that is there. This is a beautiful connection, beautiful relationship to have with the divine, to be able to trust. This means we don't have to worry. We don't have to stress. It is done. It is done. How beautiful is it to know that we have something taking care of our work that needs to be done behind the scenes, right? And so surrendering that older version, surrendering to where you are going, the new version of yourself, and releasing that old version of you is necessary. And a lot of us want to hold on to that older version of ourselves because it is comfortable, because we don't want to let anyone down, because. But I'm telling you, you don't owe anyone the old version of you. I don't care how much they miss them. And they will be complaining because you aren't the old version of yourself. Oh, you can't walk over me anymore. Oh, you can't just say whatever you want to me anymore. Oh yeah, I have changed. Cuz that's their best line. Oh, you changed. Yes. Thank God, right? So the old version of you, baby, you don't owe that to anyone. I don't care how much they miss it. Okay? I do not care. You owe yourself greatness. You owe yourself change. Okay? You owe it to yourself to go after your goals, your dreams, your desires. You owe it to yourself to evolve and learn from the lessons that you've been through so that you can have better, do better, right? So the affirmation for the day is I rise, I release, and I remember who I am. Okay. I rise, I release, and I remember who I am. Okay. The new version of self needs you. The new version of self needs you, requires your daily effort every single day. Intentional effort. And it's your responsibility to stay so focused, stay so determined on your goal. You have to be so committed to where you are going, so committed to the new version of self that nobody gets you off track. Nobody. I rise, I release, I remember who I am. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day.